What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the best trick plays in Madden 20. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date on the latest Madden tips and news all year long, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you never miss any uploads. So every year I go over the best trick plays in the game. This year we got some new trick plays in the game, a lot of trick plays in terms of like jet sweeps and stuff like that, but I'm just going to keep this video pretty simple and just go over a few really good ones that you guys can try that literally anybody can run. You know, there's a lot of good jet sweeps in the game. Most of those are all very similar. They all are kind of hit or miss. They work sometimes, they don't work other times, but in this video I want to show you the real gadget plays that I think are the best in the game, some of the best in the game that literally anybody can run. So the first on the list is out of the Chicago Bears playbook, out of the gun doubles offset weak formation, and it is the shovel option. I think that this is the best shovel option in the game. There's a couple of these in other playbooks out of other sets. I feel like this is the best shovel option. So what you have here is you could either keep it with the QB, you could pitch it to the running back, or you could pitch it forward and do a shovel pass to the tight end. So you're running it with the quarterback. If you want to pitch it back there to the running back on the left, you hit the LB or L1 button to pitch it to him. If you want to shovel it forward to the tight end, you would press the RB or R1 button to pitch it forward. So you're going to the left side, you have your running back behind you, your tight end in front of you. So really can be an annoying play to defend. Not something that I would just run all game, but this is something that you could actually kind of scheme around, and actually one of the trickery type plays that you could actually build type of an offense around out of this formation if you mix in other types of pass plays and things like that. Now when you pitch it to the tight end, for the most part you're going to get about a consistent 3 to 4 yards most of the time. It's very rare that it's incomplete, and it's very rare, like it's really hard to intercept, and it's hard for the defense to kind of guard it. There are times where the defense can guard it, but usually it's like a safe, quick 3 to 4 yard pickup. So if you're in like a 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, 2nd and 2 type deal, you pitch it forward to the tight end. If you see the opening there, you're gonna almost guarantee that first down. Sometimes he will break out of that kind of cluster, or sometimes it's just a wide opening and he could take it for a huge gain, like you know, a 20-yard gain or something like that. But more times than not, you're in that 3 to 5 yard range. Now with the running back, you're gonna usually see bigger gains because you're getting to the outside. Also, you have a guy that has better ball carrier moves, especially here like with Tariq Cohen. You know, he can like get in the open field and juke and just make people miss. So that's where you're going to pick up the most yards. But the fact that the defense has to worry about both the tight end and the running back, and also the quarterback, because you can actually keep this with the quarterback. As you see right here, we're getting a huge gain with the tight end. Sometimes you're going to sneak out of there, pick up a nice gain, but you can keep it with the quarterback too. If you notice that they're not really pursuing you, like right here, you go forward, just make sure you slide so that you don't fumble the ball. Obviously Mitchell Trubisky is not the best for this. He's got decent speed, but think of like Lamar Jackson or something like that. Then if you keep it with the QB, you're picking up crazy yards. But you can see consistently pitching it to the running back is going to be your best option for big yardage. Now the next thing I want to look at is the Wildcat Trips over, and this is in the run and gun playbook. This is probably the best Wildcat in the game because it has runs and passes, and you can really do a lot with this Wildcat, specifically with a team like the Ravens, because what I like to do is actually use my packages and put Lamar Jackson as the QB. Normally in the Wildcat, you'd have a running back or a wide receiver back there, but because Lamar Jackson is so fast, he's like the perfect Wildcat QB because he can throw the ball, but he's also, you know, he's faster than some of the running backs and you know, wide receivers in the game. Now what you don't want to do right here is get crazy. I tried to slide, but I accidentally dove and fumbled the ball. But you're seeing with the QB blast here, you can pick up some good yards with this. The QB blast out of the Panther, you know, Panther heavy in the Carolina Panthers playbook is also very good as well. But this one is extremely good because of some of the other plays you can kind of mix in with it. And Lamar Jackson is the best to use this with because he also has that fast break superstar ability, which on design QB runs, it gives him better agility and control. Cam Newton also has this as well, so it's really good with guys like Cam Newton. But if you want to put a wide receiver or a running back back there, you're going to still have good success because of the speed, but you're not going to have the great agility that a Lamar Jackson or Cam Newton has because of their ability. Now you can see mixing in the jet sweep, and I think this is the best jet sweep in the game. Of all the jet sweeps that were added, I think this is still the best jet sweep in the game out of this Wildcat Trips over. Now what I like to do is make sure that I have a fast running back in this spot here. This is the fastest running back on the Ravens, so I put him there because I'm just trying to get to the outside as quick as possible and try to get to daylight, try to hit the goal line if I can. If not, I want to pick up a solid gain. So when you have to worry about this, plus the fact that Lamar Jackson can run, plus the fact that we have pass plays out of this, which is I'm going to show in a second, this is probably one of the best trick play formations in the game. And like I said, if you do want to put a running back or quarterback or excuse me, running back or wide receiver at the quarterback spot, you know, make sure you have a guy there. You look at the rosters. Make sure you have a guy that has like decent throwing, right? So like Terrell Pryor for the Jags, Braxton Miller for the Browns, because those guys were college quarterbacks, so they have good throwing stats but also have pretty good speed as well. So you want to kind of use guys like that, so when you do go to throw the ball, you actually have a guy that can complete the passes. But I still think Lamar Jackson and Cam Newton are the best 2 QBs to use this scheme with. But as you can see here with the jet sweep coming left to right, I mean, it's just, look how consistent it is. It's just very hard to stop, especially when you have to worry about the other gadgets we have out of this formation, which I'm about to get into right now. So I like the PA jet sweep pass the best out of this formation. So basically your 2 main reads are going to be, you have the corner route to the tight end on the left, the Y tight end. That's going to be the main guy you want to throw going left to right. And then you're going to also have the crossing route coming underneath, which is going to be the B receiver, Willie Snead. He's going to be the other guy I like to throw on this the most. So you still have the jet sweep coming over to the right, so they're going to fake the jet sweep. So once you hit the QB blast and the jet sweep a little bit, now you naturally get the user defenders, you know, thinking right, or maybe they're shifting their defense a little right, and that's when you can go to the PA jet sweep, hit the corner, and the crossing route going to the left. Now I want to get into some special team stuff, because there's some really good special teams trick plays this year. Usually I go over the pass plays. The pass plays are still pretty good this year. I'll actually link my video I did last year because it goes over the pass plays very well. So I'll do that, but in today's video, I'm actually not going to do pass plays, I'm going to do running plays out of this. So the first I want to look at out of the special teams is like this little kind of a jet sweep, like shovel pass. Now I'm subbing in Will Tye here because he is faster than Dallas Goedert. So we want to go with the fake field goal shovel. Now, I'm going to have on the screen the playbooks this is in, because this is in about half of the playbooks. It's not in every special teams playbook, but it's in most. And the 2 most common things you're going to see when you come out in a field goal is people are going to do the load block or they're going to do the base block. So either way, this is going to work. If they do the all-out block, it's going to work best because there's literally going to be nobody over there to stop this guy. And as long as you have decent speed, you can see it's almost like a guaranteed 10 yards. Now, if you also have a tight end that has good juking, you can kind of juke and make that defender miss. Will Tye does not have good juke moves, so can't really do it with him. But there are some tight ends that can actually get good juke animations, and they have good speed, and those guys are really hard to stop on this. So this is great to pull out at least once a game because most people will never expect it at all. Now, once you do it once, you kind of lose the element of surprise, and people probably won't come out in the field goal block anymore. You see here, we're even able to kind of hit not a great juke, but we hit a juke and go for a touchdown. So what you want to do is like, on a 4th and short, you know, like a 4th and 5, maybe even 4th and 7, you could pull something like that out, and you want to go around the outside, and it pretty much gets almost everybody the first time. I've seen a ton of people run this on stream, and it is very, very successful. Now we're going to do the base block. This is the one that's going to have the extra zone on the outside, because some people will come out in this as well. You could still run this on that. You see, you kind of want to keep it to the inside a little bit. Now, keep in mind, you need a good blocking tight end. Zach Ertz here, I don't think is the best blocking tight end, but he's doing a good job. But he could potentially get block shedded because he's not the best run blocker. But if you have a good run blocking tight end, I would put him in that spot so that he could hold off that cornerback. But you could see, you just kind of cut it inside, and this is super, super easy. You pull this out once a game, I guarantee you, you will convert like any type of 4th and short. You pull this out once a game, you will more than likely convert on this the first time you pull it out because people never suspect it. Now, the next one I want to show you is another really good one. Again, I'll have on the screen the playbooks this is in. This is the fake field goal holder power. So this is going to be the holder taking off and running to the left. So I'm going to sub in Taysom Hill here because he's one of the fastest QBs in the game. And you're going to see this is a very consistent like 5 to 6 yard gainer. It's usually harder to get more yards than that unless you have QBs like Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray because they're just like another level of speed. But you're going to watch. All you do is just take off here with Taysom Hill. You just take off to the left. And you can see, you're going to get a consistent 5 to 6 yards out of this. So with this particular play, I would only recommend using it if it's like 4th and 5 or less. That's the only time I would pull this out. Because you're going to see that this guy on the outside here, we fumbled it unfortunately, but the guy on the outside there, he's usually going to shed his block when they do the all-out field goal block. He's usually going to shed it. But as long as you have speed, you can get to the outside and pick up about 5 to 6 yards. 5.5 to 6 yards almost consistently as you see in every clip here. Now I'm going to show it versus the the base block with the extra zone on the outside, because again, these are the two main things people come out in when you come out in a field goal. They come out in the all-out block, or they come out in the base block. So here you're going to notice we're still going to get about the same. Actually, the blocking's a little bit better for some reason when they run this one. You would think it would be worse, but for some reason when they do the base block, you actually get a better seal on that edge, and you usually can pick up like 7 yards. But again, I recommend using this in 4th and 5 or less. That's just, I think, for the best success, for, you know, just guaranteeing that you get it, because the worst thing to do is, you know, coming up a yard short. Now here you see we got Lamar Jackson in here, and with his speed, yeah, if you got Lamar Jackson there, you can do this in like 4th and 7, but keep in mind, the only thing with a Lamar Jackson is if somebody sees Lamar Jackson as the holder, that might be a giveaway for them. The average opponent won't probably notice it or key in on it, but someone that's smart, if they just see Lamar Jackson back there, they might say, wait, hold on, why would he have Lamar Jackson there unless he's kind of doing something trickery, right? So kind of just keep that in mind, but you could see with his speed, really hard to stop. Now here we're going to have Kyler Murray, and this is against the base block. You see Kyler Murray with the 91 speed, he usually can get about that 8 to 9 yard range as well. So just want to show you a couple different options with a couple faster guys to show you what it's capable of. But you see, if they're coming out any type of field goal block, you're going to have great success with this trick play and at least be able to pull it off once a game. Now we got to look at none other than the Philly special and the fake Philly special. This is only in the Eagles playbook to my knowledge, and you need to make sure you have certain stats when you run this. The Browns, in my opinion, are the best team to run this with, because for the Philly special, you have Baker Mayfield, who has good catching, but you could put Braxton Miller at the spot where you're going to be throwing the ball, and he was a college QB, so he has good throwing stats in the game. So the two main reads on this are going to be the quarterback leaking out to the flat. He is the RB icon, so you're going to just hit him in the flat. You don't want to try to take a hit. You want to just get out of bounds, or, you know, like don't take a hit on this because he will easily fumble. So that is going to be your main read, and he's going to be open the far majority of the time. Most defenses, like, they bite on the wrong thing here and they just leave that flat open. So you're going to see Braxton Miller is going to pretty much always complete an accurate pass. Here he's wide open, and again, get as many yards as you can and then just get out of bounds. It's okay if you take the hit going out of bounds, because if you fumble, the ball is going to go out of bounds and you're good. But that's your main read, just hitting RB to the right flat. Now, when we get into the fake Philly special in a minute, you're gonna see why that's crucial, because you don't want, like, this play is kind of a dead giveaway because of the motion and the formation. They know what you're running, so it's important to do the fake Philly special as well. Now, the only other route you would go to here, we have Odell Beckham on the crossing route, so he's kind of going over the top. You can see he is the Y icon, and he's going to get pretty wide open a good bit of the time as well. Usually you're going to go to RB in the flat, but you can go Y over the top as well, especially if they start biting down on that QB flat. Now you need to go to the fake Philly special, because this is going to go to the exact opposite side of the field. So if you run this once, maybe twice, you know, most good people, they're going to be sitting over there waiting for it. They might even shift their defense that way. That's why you got to go with the fake, because now you could take off with Nick Chubb to the left. And another reason why the Browns are the best team for this scheme is because Nick Chubb has the armbar ability. So even if the blocking isn't good, you can usually make the first guy miss by hitting him with the stiff arm, because he has that armbar ability. So it's really hard to fail with running either of these plays, because of the guys you have in the positions here. So again, Nick Chubb, he's going to get the ball, instead of handing it off to Braxton Miller, he's going to take off to the left. And again, you want to go for the stiff arm on the first guy. One of two things is typically going to happen. Like the last two examples you saw, he's either just going to kind of fall forward, roll over for those extra couple yards, or he's just going to completely just throw the guy into the ground. So you can see here, just like I said, threw the first guy into the ground. There's going to be occasions on this where your blocking doesn't hold up well, and you got a defender hitting you or like coming at you at the line of scrimmage. But because he has armbar, you're almost guaranteed to make that guy miss and still get positive yards. And that's why, again, the Browns are the best team to run this with, because they just have everything you need to ensure that you have success running both the Philly special and the fake Philly special. And because the Philly special attacks the right, it's so good that the fake run goes to the left. You see here, exact example I was talking about. We were met at the line of scrimmage, we would have had no gain or a gain of a yard. We hit him with the stiff arm, and then we got a huge gain. So that's why it's so crucial to have somebody like that in your backfield. He's got good speed and he has that ability, so it's really hard to stop him. And here again, you see, you can take this for some pretty big yardage if you mix it in properly. So those are the best trick plays in Madden 20. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, you know the drill. Just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.